Hey, what's up, money warriors? Picture this. You're in 30s staring at your bank app like it's a crime scene. Your account's got that familiar red tint, not quite overdrawn, but close enough to make your stomach twist. Mortgage, check. Daycare for the kiddo who's suddenly allergic to everything, double check. Student loans from that dream degree that's now just a punchline, triple check. And don't get me started on the car payment that's sucking $500 a month like a black hole. It's like your finances are a piñata at a kid's birthday party. But instead of candy spilling out, it's just confetti made of stress, late fees, and that nagging voice whispering, "When does it get easier?" Welcome to the messy middle, my friends, your 30s. That glorious decade where adulthood hits like a freight train and suddenly you're not just paying rent, you're building a life. But here's the brutal truth. This isn't just chaos, it's a battlefield. 17 directions pulling at your wallet, weddings, home repairs, that one last vacation before the baby arrives. And if you're nodding along right now, feeling seen for the first time in months, stick with me. Because what if I told you this decade isn't a curse? It's your launch pad. See, everyone romanticizes the 20s, that wild, broke phase of ramen noodles and YOLO spending. Live now, pay later, right? But your 30s, they're the real game changer. Decisions you make today, that extra $200 socked away, that debt you finally crush, they don't just fix tomorrow. They set the trajectory for the next 30 years. Think about it. Compound interest isn't some fairy tale, it's math magic. A habit you build at 35 could mean an extra $500,000 by 65. But ignore it, and you're handing your future self a loaded gun. The 20s were about figuring out who you are. The 30s, they're about deciding who you'll become, broke and bitter, or wealthy and wise. I'm not here to sugarcoat it. I've seen it all. Friends who partied through their 20s and woke up at 40 with nothing but regrets. Families crushed under debt mountains they climbed in their prime earning years. But I've also seen the flip side, people who turned the messy middle into their millionaire middle. And that's why I'm obsessed with this stuff. My name is Eternal from Math Millions, and I spend an unhealthy amount of time, seriously, my therapist says it's bordering on addiction, analyzing why some people stay stuck in the messy middle while others build fortunes. I crunch the numbers, dissect the disasters, and decode the wins so you don't have to. From Wall Street spreadsheets to real-life rags-to-riches stories, I've got the data, the dirt, and the dead simple strategies to make your money work harder than you do. If you're in your 30s and feeling that squeeze, or if you're peeking ahead and want to dodge it, this video is your blueprint. We're talking 9 major money milestones you absolutely must hit before the clock strikes 40. These aren't fluffy tips. They're non-negotiable, backed by cold, hard math and stories that hit too close to home. Hit these and you'll sleep like a baby. Miss them? Well, let's just say your 60-year-old self is already drafting that "what if" memoir. Before we dive in, though, if you're ready to master the rules of this game before the decade slips away like sand through your fingers, smash that subscribe button right now. Turn on notifications because every week, I drop these no BS breakdowns to turn your financial chaos into compound clarity. All right, let's armor up. We're starting with defense because you can't win the war if your castle's crumbling. All right, Act 1, the defensive foundation. Think of your 30s finances like a football game. You've got to build an ironclad defense before you even dream of scoring. No flashy plays, no Hail Marys, just solid, unsexy groundwork that keeps the wolves at bay. We're hitting 3 milestones here: zero consumer debt, an 800-plus credit score, and a bulletproof emergency fund. Nail these and you're not just surviving the messy middle, you're owning it. Milestone 1, zero consumer debt. Let's call it what it is: financial quicksand. That credit card balance from last year's impulse buys. The personal loan for the emergency couch. It's not just debt, it's financial suicide in slow motion. Every month you're shoveling $1,000, yeah, average for 30-somethings, into a black hole of interest. But flip that script. That same $1,000 a month, invested at 8%, a conservative stock market average, turns into $1.4 million by retirement. 1.4 million. That's not pocket change, that's generational wealth, or freedom, or never hearing "can you spot me for dinner" from your broke cousin again. I remember my buddy Jake. Mid-30s, six-figure tech job, but drowning in $25,000 of credit card debt from just this once trips and gadgets. He was paying $800 a month in interest alone, money that could have bought a down payment or a sabbatical. We sat down, mapped the debt snowball, smallest balances first for quick wins, then avalanche the big ones. 6 months later, debt-free. His take-home pay jumped 20%. Yours can too. Start with the basics, track every expense for a week, apps like Mint make it painless. Cut the subscriptions bleeding you dry. Side hustle if you must, Uber, freelancing, whatever. But commit, debt-free by 35. It's not optional, it's oxygen. Milestone 2, the 800-plus credit score. This one's sneaky. You think it's just for loans. Nah, it's your financial passport. Airlines charge more for bad credit flyers. Not yet, but landlords do. Employers peak too. And mortgages? Oh boy. Run the brutal math with me. Say you're eyeing a $400,000 home, standard for millennials now. With a 760 score, you're at 3.5% interest. Monthly payment, $1,796. Over 30 years, $247,000 in principal, $189,000 in interest. Total, $436,000, but dropped to $680. That bumps you to 4% interest. Monthly, $1,910. Over 30 years. Interest skyrockets to $228,000. That's $39,000 extra gone. Poof. And get this, a mere 0.5% difference from 3.75% to 4.25% costs you $50,000 over the loan's life. 50 grand, that's a car, a wedding, college for the kid, all because you missed a payment or maxed a card. How do you hit 800 plus? Pay on time, 35% of your score. Keep utilization under 30%, pay down balances aggressively. No new accounts unless desperate. Check your report free at annualcreditreport.com. I clawed mine from 720 to 810 in 18 months by automating payments and negotiating old bills. You've got this. It's not magic, it's discipline. Milestone 3, the Bulletproof Emergency Fund. 6 to 12 months of expenses, cash in a high-yield savings account, Ally or Capital One, 4% plus APY easy. Why? Psychology, baby. The messy middle is Murphy's Law on steroids: job loss, root canals, that quick fix on the AC that costs $3,000. Without a fund, you're dipping into debt, derailing everything. With it, breathing room. That mental space where stress shrinks and decisions sharpen. Data backs it. 40% of Americans can't cover a $400 emergency, but those who can, they invest 15% more aggressively per Vanguard studies. They're sleeping, not swiping. And here's the wealth angle: cash when everyone's broke. That's power. Negotiate that layoff severance. Skip the panic sale of stocks. Build the fund methodically, $1,000 starter, then 1 month's expenses, scale up. Automate transfers post-payday. It's boring until it's your lifeline. By now, your foundation's rock solid. No debt dragging you, credit opening doors, cash shielding you. But defense wins games, offense wins championships. Let's flip to attack mode. Act 2, the mathematical offense. We're done playing not to lose. Now we attack with math as our weapon. Milestone 4, the 3x salary rule. By 40, have 3 times your annual salary in retirement savings. Earning $80K. That's $240K stashed. Fidelity's benchmark isn't pulling punches, it's proven. Hit it and you're on track for 10x by 67, millionaire status for most. Why 3 times? Compound interest, the 8th wonder. Einstein called it that for a reason. Dive deep. Invest $1 at 7% annual return, historical S&P average after inflation. In your early 30s, say 32, that dollar multiplies 20x by 65. 20 bucks from a buck. Magic. No math. Formula's simple. Future value equals PV 1 plus RN. Principal times 1 plus rate to the power of years. But wait, start at 38. That multiplier drops to 8x, 8 bucks. You lose 60% of the growth window, closing the door on yourself. I ran the numbers for Sarah, a 34-year-old teacher. She started with $5K in a Roth IRA at 8% return. monthly $500 contributions. By 65, $1.2 million, delay 2 years, $900K. That's $300K vanished, enough for a dream home down payment. Don't sleep on this. Open a 401K if your job matches, free money. Max the IRA. Index funds like VTI or VOO, low fees, broad exposure. The 30s are your offense prime time. Now the snowball metaphor. Remember that Sisyphus myth. Pushing a boulder up a hill forever. Your 20s were that grinding, slipping back with every bad decision. But the 30s, you crest the hill. That boulder, your savings, habits, investments, starts rolling down. Momentum builds. Early pushes feel futile, but once gravity kicks in, it's unstoppable. A $200 monthly investment at 32 snowballs to $150K by 50, $1 million by 70. Add raises, bonuses, avalanche. Contrast Mike and Lisa, twins at 30. Mike, $300 month to stocks. Lisa, later, at 40, Mike's at 50K. Lisa, 0 by 60, Mike's 500K. Lisa scrambles with $100K. The hills behind you now push. Offense means action. Track net worth quarterly, assets minus liabilities. Aim 10-15% savings rate. Rebalance yearly. You're not just saving, you're engineering escape velocity from the messy middle. Act 3, defeating the wealth killers. Even with foundation and offense, invisible assassins lurk. Lifestyle inflation, car payments, housing bloat, they're silent thieves. Time to execute them. Milestone 5, lifestyle inflation immunity. You get a raise, don't upgrade your life, upgrade your future. Enter the San Francisco six-figure broke case study. Tech bros pulling $150K, yet ramen noodling because they lease 70K Teslas, brunch at $50 a head, and need that $2,500 month loft. Result: zero savings, maxed cards, midlife panic. Data's damning. 78% of six-figure earners live paycheck to paycheck, per Charles Schwab. Why? Inflation creep, spending rises with income. Solution: the 50-30-20 rule on steroids. 50% needs, 30% wants, capped, 20% savings debt. When pay bumps, 100% to investments first. Track with YNAB, you need a budget. My client Emily, $120K salary but broke from $4K month fun. We froze spending at current levels, funneled raises to Roth. 1 year, 30K saved. Immunity isn't deprivation, it's delayed gratification on steroids. Milestone 6, the car payment trap. New cars depreciate 20% year 1, 10K gone on a 50K ride. That's $700 payment, normalized financial suicide. Average American ties up 15% of income here per Experian. Brutal math, $700 month at 4% over 5 years. $42,000 total, but cars worth 20K. Net loss, $22K. Buy used, cash or short loan. Aim under 10% income. I swapped my $600 payment for a $200 paid-off Civic, freed $400 month for stocks. Now, that trap is my turbo boost. Milestone 7, optimized housing. Your home should be a launchpad, not anchor. Rule: no more than 30% of gross income on PITI, principal, interest, taxes, insurance. $100K salary, $2,500 max. Exceed. It's a financial stress simulator. Equity trapped, mobility killed, stress spiked. Brutal math on a $500K house. At 30%, $3,000 month on $120K income, affordable. But 40%, $4,000. Over 30 years at 4%, you pay $720K total, $220K interest. Opportunity cost: that extra $1,000 month invested at 7%. $1.1 million by retirement. Case in point, the Smiths bought a $600K McMansion on $140K income, 45% housing. Foreclosure at 38 after job loss. Downsize lesson: rent if needed, buy what fits. Zillow hunt under budget, optimize or it owns you. Wealth killers slain. Now the grown-up stuff, because money's not just numbers, it's life. Act 4, the grown-up logistics. You're not a kid anymore. Time for the morbid but mighty milestones. These aren't sexy, but they're safeguards. Milestone 8, estate planning and insurance. The morbid milestone, at 30-something with assets, kids, or a partner, a will, power of attorney, life insurance, they're the most loving things you can do for your family. No plan. State laws divvy your stuff maybe to an ex's cousin. Cost: $500 for basics via LegalZoom. My wake-up, friend's husband died at 36, no will. Chaos, six-figure estate frozen for a year, kids' college stalled. Get term life, 20x salary, $20 month. Disability, covers 60% income if you can't work. Update beneficiaries yearly. It's not death prep, it's love in ink. Milestone 9, the health asset. Health isn't wellness fluff, it's your biggest financial asset. Average American shells $300K lifetime on healthcare per CMS data, but 20% reduction via 30s habits saves 60K. How? Gym 3 times weekly, Whole Foods over takeout, annual checkups. Chronic issues like diabetes add $16K year. Frame it, every salad is a stock pick. My routine, Peloton, meal prep, dropped BMI premiums too. Health compounds like money, invest now, retire vibrant. Logistics locked. You're bulletproof. Wrapping this up, the messy middle isn't a pit stop, it's your pivot. These 9 milestones, from debt annihilation to health hustling, aren't checkboxes. They're an identity shift, from reactor to architect, broke reactor to wealth builder. The goal isn't stuff, yachts, or Lambos, it's choices. Travel without swiping. Give without guilt. Retire on your terms. Your future self isn't wishing for more money, they're craving more you, present, powerful, free. Start today, because your 60-year-old self is counting on the decisions you make in the messy middle. They'll either thank you with a high five over margaritas, or wonder what could have been, staring at an empty nest egg. Which is it gonna be? Drop a comment. What's your first milestone? Like, subscribe, share this with a 30s friend drowning in the middle. Math millions out, go build that fortune. Watch next, 20s money mistakes.